An update on the tigrinus or tig catfish today. We still have our 5 that we bought from predatory fins May or June, I think it was May 2023. Right now it's October 2024. So that's been almost a year and a half. We got them small at about 3 inches. So their growth has been proper, about 1 foot in the first year. This is our biggest one by far. I think it's probably a sheep. It's clearly the biggest, with the best appetite, probably about 1.5 feet. The rest of them are a little over a foot, all 4 of them. This is the smallest, I think, right in front of us. Or is the one behind it? Yeah, I don't know which one. Yeah, probably this one is the smallest one. The replacement. It looks to be about 12 inches tip to tip. So 4 of them have been rooming in this tank. All right. There's one behind there. Some of you may remember that we had 5 tigs in here, and then one of them at some point began showing the signs of getting beat up or beaten up too much. So it went in the neighboring tank on the other side. It's doing well there, despite wyckii not letting him take up the residence in these cinder block holes. He's doing quite alright there, eating very well. Swims around sometimes. Yes, we're talking about you. He's about the size of the average 2 in the other tank. Not the biggest and not the smallest, but in between. Overall, they're very pretty catfish, but very much oblivious. I never got any interaction with them. They may get lazy and wait for you to give them their food. Just bring it to their mouth so they could conveniently swallow it or grab it. But they're not gonna proactively seek out, when you're feeding the tank, come out and proactively look for the food. Kind of like in the wild, they just sit in one spot and wait for the food to come to them. They come from mostly fast waters and they just sit in the current in a tripod position. All the whiskers are spread out, waiting for something edible to hit one of the whiskers, and then there is a very, very quick lunge and grab. There's the other one that sits in the first tank we were showing, but he's behind the furniture, so you couldn't see him well from the other side. Alright, this loner is in a strange tank with 3 American eels, flagtail, Mr. Black, clown, high-fin Chinese, 2 tarpon, Atlantic tarpon, and 2 white sturgeon. That's some company. No problems between the tig and other tank mates, except that I said that Mr. Black does not let him get close to his home. In this tank, we have one Piraiba on the other side. That one is a little smaller, so I couldn't put them together with the three bigger ones in the 1800 gallon. So he has to tough it out there. He's about probably 3-4 inches shorter than these guys, maybe 2 to 3 inches shorter, but it's a lot. So he has to tough it out there. There is a smaller Kelberry peacock bass that looks to be a spider type from the intricate pattern on his flanks. Roosevelt's pike. Tinfoil. Indo-Pacific tarpon. Ossia, the silver arowana. A couple of eels that those other eels didn't like and tried to kill them by biting them too much. An odd Pterodorus granulosus, the one I got from Matthew Long probably about 2 years ago now. Yeah, more than 2 years ago, in August 2022. This one I almost never see him eat, and it doesn't grow much. Maybe grew an inch or two since we had it, while his three other kin grew a lot. Some of them are 2 feet right now. I don't know why he's not growing, and he's very shy too compared to others. He used to be here in this 1800 gallon tank. Yeah, everybody thinks I'm gonna feed him, so they video bombing the whole thing. You cannot see the granulosus in the back, but believe me, they're far bigger than him. We got them all of the same size, about 6 to 8 inches, I want to say. And there is a pleco, or 2 pleco in this tank. Alright, no problems usually I see at all between the tigs and the tank mates. Tigs bother each other, that's for sure. For the most part it's tolerable, so these 4 have been rooming okay. Once in a while they spot little abrasion on the fins, on the body, but it's rare and it's minor, so I've been penning it down as tolerable so far. The smallest guy, of course, gets probably the most, gets chased the most around. He doesn't have any extensions left on his tail. Once in a while he grows them, but then they get bitten off. Those are all the rest of them do still have their, at least part of their extensions on their tails, as you can see. Okay, so far so good. Nothing unusual to report. They're growing as they should, behaving as they should. As some of you remember, we lost the last batch of 10, which we grew to adults to 22 to 27 inches over 5 years to the Thyminase. So hopefully I will not lose this in the same fashion or a different fashion, because that really hurt.